What's going on, everybody? This is Life Reviewed with a review on the best masticating juicer for the money. Here there be dragons. And you might be thinking, this is a juicer, we're not talking about slaying a mythical beast, but you'd be wrong. Because there are quite a few different pitfalls that people can fall in when looking for these things. But realistically speaking, there's only one specific dragon that I'm looking at, and that is a very, very expensive juicer that is technically the best masticating juicer, which is the reason why I add the caveat for the money and for the value. So, first and foremost, why do you want a masticating juicer? One, the slower speed preserves the enzymes in the finished juice. And basically what that means is it really has two interlocking meshes that will just basically, or interlocking gears, that will just crush the juice out of the product, or whatever it is. It's an apple, a carrot, or what have you. And because it does that at a very low speed, it generates no electromagnetic field or anything else like that, or low enough to wherever it's going to preserve the enzymatic action in there and basically make that juice quote unquote live. So it's basically live juice, and you can tell the difference between a high-speed juicer and a low-speed juicer because the coloration will be a lot thicker, I guess you could say. It's a lot murkier whenever you're doing a high-speed juice versus a low-speed juice. The murkier content is, on the masticating juicer means that there's a lot more in the actual ending juice itself. So you can definitely see the difference in that. Secondly speaking, in a masticating juicer, typically speaking, you get more juice, which means more bang for your buck. Anybody that has been on a long juicing spree for whatever reason knows that juicing can be very expensive, especially time-consuming as well. You spend a lot of time cutting up all the vegetables, making sure it's ready to rock and roll, putting it into the right position, and then getting everything ready to rock and roll. You juice everything, and then you get only a little bit of juice, and you have to do it all over again the very next day. It can be a pain in the butt. Masticating juicers typically produce more juice, which either means you have to do less cutting in order to get the same amount of liquid, or that you can produce more and do it less. Either way, it's a benefit for you. Lastly, less to break. Generally speaking, most of them are going to run around with a heavy construction, and it's just those two rotating gears that are going to crush the vegetables and crush the fruits and everything into, a pulverized pulp. So the two gears are really usually the only thing that there is to break. Anything else additional on there, isn't going to have any issues. Whereas on those high speed devices, wherever they're moving very, very quickly and, blending everything out really, really fast, there's a lot more moving parts, a lot more action going on there, and a lot more to wear down. Whenever it comes down to it. I mean, if you think about it, try dropping an apple onto anything that's moving at incredible speeds, and that's going to slowly burn out that motor very easily. But something that's just meant to just crush things on a consistent basis is going to last a little bit longer. So typically, they last a little longer. They're a better investment for the money. The winner juicer for me is the Omega J8006, and generally speaking, and you can see this through the reviews on Amazon and everywhere else, that this is a better juicer. It works very well. It has a good size feed tube, and for masticating juicers, it performs very admirably. It's definitely the one that I'd recommend for the money, and overall, it's going to be performing at all the levels that we talked about. It's going to make that juice live. It's going to last a long time. It's going to be durable. It's going to, just be overall a great juicer, and it actually looks quite amazing in the chrome. It also comes in white, but it looks super ugly, so I don't recommend that. Now we talk about the dragons, because technically this is not the best masticating juicer that exists. There is a better one, and I actually own this particular juicer, but I also own this particular juicer as well, but I don't necessarily recommend it unless you are a bananas juicer that really wants the highest quality juice, and that is going to be the Super Angel juicer. Now, whenever it comes down to it, there is just no better juicer that's out there. The only one that comes close is a Nordic press juicer, and it's a hydraulic press system that basically masticates or chops things up in a separate tube, and then you use a hydraulic press to press out the juice. And it works very, very well for the most part. But pound for pound, and whenever it comes to leftover pulp, nothing outperforms this thing. It is a monster. It's a dragon, and it works so well. I have taken a enormous bowl of, like, the biggest bowl you've ever seen of vegetables on my chopping table, put it all together, put all these vegetables through it, and it made something, it turned all of those vegetables into about the size of a pack of smokes, which, don't smoke, bad for you. But the point is that's about how much it got out of those. I mean, it was an insane amount of juice that you can get with this particular juicer. It is bananas expensive, though. It is the other one runs, anywhere between 250 to 350, somewhere around in there. This juicer is 1700. I think you can get a lesser model for 1200, but for a juicer, unless you really need it, I don't really recommend it just because it's so intense. Overall, though, it is a fantastic product. You're never going to be upset that you have an Angel juicer. It's just one of those things to whoever parting with that much money, you have to be serious about it, or you have to have a really good reason for it. And generally speaking, the only people that are really going to be purchasing juicers like this one are people that are trying to maintain through the Gerson therapy or something like that. If you don't know what the Gerson therapy is, I definitely recommend looking it up. Basically, it was a natural cancer treatment by basically taking a large amount of juice in every single day, as well as for a few other more extreme measures. But it actually has a reasonable success rate. So it's something that if you're looking for this for like a medical thing where you want to get the best juice possible and you're really trying to amp your nutrition up, then of course this is something that I'd recommend for you. But if you're just a general juicer, I wouldn't do that for sure. Very, very expensive dragons. So, in the end, I just wanted to thank you very much for coming over to my channel. This is Life Reviewed. If you're interested in any of the products, I left a link both down to the Omega as well as to the Angel in my descriptions down below, so you can see them. Both great juicers. You're going to be happy with both of them. Like I said, if you really are serious about it and you really want to throw down that extra cash, I definitely recommend getting the Super Angel through Amazon, though, just so you can make sure you're tracking the order. You can return it if there's any issues. You really want to make sure that you're getting it from a reputable source, because that's a heck of an investment. The Omega, of course, also Prime eligible. That's a fantastic juicer. So either way, if you have any questions for me or anything, leave them in the comments below. I love comments and I love questions, and I appreciate your time, and I will see you in the next video.